Hello, hi, hello guys, hi, how are you today? I hope that everything's fine for you. Let me check the sound real quick so that I can understand if you can hear me. Yeah, I think that you can. It should be really nice. Haven't seen you for a long time. How are you guys? How have you been? It's a wonderful spring day for me. What about you? What is your weather like? How are you today? I hope that you are having a great time. So I'm really happy to see each and every one of you here. And today we are talking about the hottest topic of spring 2024, which is досрочный вариант ЕГЭ 2024. So this is what we are going to talk about today. This is why we're here today, basically. So yeah, the early birds, which usually kill the worm, according to English proverbs. But yeah, let's have a look at it today. But before we do that, let me introduce myself. My name is Daria. I'm a teacher at Учёба.ру. I'm going to talk a bit about Учёба.ру later on our stream. What can I say about myself? I graduated from Sochi State University. I passed my CAE and TKT exams. I studied both in Russia and in the UK. And I am a keen nature photographer, which means I really love taking pictures of nature. And I am a huge coffee addict. So if you're here in the not for the first time, probably you have seen this, I don't know, cup of life for me. So yeah, this is something I really like. So a cup of black coffee, that makes me better, makes me feel better, maybe makes me a bit of a better person. I don't know, it's up to you to decide. So anyway guys, I'm really happy to see each and every one of you right here, and I am really happy to be present at the stream, I guess. So yeah, without further ado, let me tell you some things about our online school. Our online school is called Учёба.ру, and we have 12,000 graduates. These are people who passed their ЕГЭ and ОГЭ with us, and 4,200 of those people, they got 80 plus for their exams if we're talking about ЕГЭ, and they got a 5 for their ОГЭ. So yeah, that's a really nice result in my opinion. And let us move on. I guess that this result won't be possible if this is not for our amazing team of teachers, and I'm a proud part of that team of teachers. So yeah guys, what else? We can guarantee you entrance to the university if, and only if, you prepare with us for 3 exams, you don't miss classes, and you do your homework. So these are some key components, some crucial key features for you to be guaranteed the entrance to the university. What else? We have got a mock exam every single month. I'm going to talk about this mock exam a bit later on, after our main part of the stream, so please stay tuned for that. But as of right now, we really have a mock exam every single month, and it means that you and your knowledge are tested literally by the experts of ЕГЭ and ОГЭ every single month. So this is very cool guys. And of course you can study at your own pace by differentiating the level groups. So we have got different level groups, and this really means that our students have the best possible solution, because sometimes when we are talking about a group which studies any subject, to be honest, not only English but any subject, it's always like, oh, this is a topper of the class, a straight A student, knows everything. And there is some student who is maybe in the middle, maybe they know something, maybe they have some issues, maybe something else. And there is a person somewhere in the back of the class who is like, oh my god, what am I even doing here? So the way we tackle this problem at Учёба.ру is by having different level groups. So it's easier for you guys because you can study at your own pace, and it's easier for us as teachers because we don't have to adapt, for many different levels of students in one class. So, and if we don't have to adapt, it means that you get more attention as a student, which is a nice thing in my opinion. Okay, so let's move on. We are diving straight into number 37. So the way I structured this stream today is actually we're going to talk a lot about number 37. We're going to talk quite a lot about number 38. We're going to talk about speaking task 2, speaking task 3, and speaking task 4 in complete details, everything included. Yeah. So let's start with 37. I'm not going to give you any templates here, guys, right? This is just what we had at our early exam, so on, if we can say it so, if we can name it this way. So this is something that we gathered with the help of our students, with the help of the internet, with the help of the almighty Google. So this is what was at the real exam, which was, as far as I know, it was in the beginning of April, and as far as I know, by now, if some of you guys posted, maybe you already have the results. I don't know for sure, but you probably already have them. Okay, so I'm not going to give you any templates. We have already had a stream on the templates on how to write number 37. You can also go to our channel and visit the whole bunch, not visit, but watch the whole bunch of videos dedicated to number 37. So I'm not giving you any templates as of right now. So what we are going to talk about today are two main things in number 37. So that is, the first one being the questions that you need to answer. As you know, you have to answer three questions. The person here, his name is Henry, so you need to ask 3 questions from Henry, and you need to ask Henry 3 questions about the local environment protection organizations. Well, let's start with the beginning. I'm not going to give you a template, as I already said. I'm just going to give you some input on how you could possibly answer those questions and what questions you could possibly ask if you had the same at your real exam. Well, this one is also real, but this one is like an early version of the exam. And by real, I mean like the one that you're going to pass in June. So guys, let's read first. We've got an email, which is task 37 from Henry at mail.uk, to us, to a Russian friend at языку, and the subject is history. In my opinion, history will be quite a popular subject if we're talking about some tasks in 37 and 38 as a topic for your written statement. So probably us doing that right now and today will be a good thing. So the topic is history, as I said. Let's read it. At school, we have recently talked about the events in the history of our country that we could be proud of. Okay, so history, proud of, good. What is the event in the history of Russia that you are most proud of? That's question number 1. Question number 2 is, what historical person, in your opinion, best represents the values of your country? quite a nice question. Values, country, historical person, all that good stuff. And the third one is, why is it important to know the history of your country? So we've got 3 questions. And then we have, like, we always have like the intro to your questions that you should ask. And the intro says, my friends and I regularly help our local environment protection organizations. Okay, so what we need to do basically, number 37 is quite standard. You need to answer his 3 questions, and you need to ask questions about the local environment protection organizations. What I would really like to point your attention to, let's say, here we have organizations. It means that there are at least 2 of them, right? Because one is organization, 2 organizations. Another one is the spelling here. Organization and organization. This is the American version of spelling. I personally prefer British. It means that throughout this stream you will see me writing S instead of Z. Both options are okay, as you know, but please be consistent. I will try to be quite consistent and use S because I generally prefer British spelling. So yeah, okay, let's have a look at question number 1. What do we have here? Yeah, what do we have here? We have here, what is the event in the history of Russia that you are most proud of? So the event that you're most proud of. I asked, like in number 38, I conducted the opinion poll. Well, in the opinion poll, you just, in number 38, you just find the results of this opinion poll. But I tried to ask my friends and family on what they think is the event they're proud of. So I've got like a bunch of opinions. A lot of my friends and family said that the victory in the Great Patriotic War is the event in the history of Russia they are proud of, or the most proud of. Another part said that the first flight into the space by Yuri Gagarin is the event that they are most proud of, and this is the historical event in the history of Russia. So I have got here the question, and I have got here the possible answer to this question. So, what is the event in the history of Russia that you're most proud of? I am particularly proud of Russia's role in space exploration, especially Yuri Gagarin's historic journey as the first human to travel to space. It represents our values of courage and innovation. So, you can say, instead of particularly proud of here, I am most proud of the Russia's role in the historic exploration, or the event that I'm the most proud of is Yuri Gagarin's journey to space. So all of them are okay to be said. All of them you will get the plus for it. So yeah, that's basically how it goes. For me, it was this thing that I am particularly very proud of. I really like that the whole world acknowledges that Russia, or the Soviet Union in this case, was the first country to ever not launch the man to space, but allowed a person to go to space, basically. And that, in my opinion, is such a milestone, not only to Russia, to the USSR, but also to the whole world, because since then we have had a lot of things going, and that was just the beginning, and I'm really proud of that very nice beginning, in my opinion. Okay, so I hope that this answers the first question. The second question is, what historical person, in your opinion, best represents the values of your country? One more time, there were different opinions in my opinion poll that I conducted when I was preparing for this stream or YouTube live. Some people said that Peter the Great was the person. Some other people said that they are particularly proud of Mendeleev. Other people said that they are particularly proud of Catherine the Great. So some people even named Stalin and Lenin. So yeah, I guess that we are all different and we have got our different opinions. So here is my opinion. In my opinion, Peter the Great is a historical figure who represents Russia's values. So basically, we've got a historical person, which I use the word figure, just not to, copy paste the answer and the question. In my opinion, is right here, and then who best represents Russia's values, who best represents the values of your country. Well, my country is Russia, so this is what I'm going to talk about. His reforms modernized Russia and expanded its influence, showing how transformative leadership can be. One more time, this is Z here. You can also use S. It's up to you. I was not very consistent in this one, and I used the American spelling. But please be consistent in your answers and in your letters and in your emails and in your messages. And I'm running out of synonyms for that. So yeah, just be consistent, guys. That's really, really important. Okay, so I decided to talk about Peter the Great because he modernized Russia, he expanded its influence, and he showed how transformative leadership can be. So this is why personally I think that he is the historical person who best represents the values of my country. Okay, what else could you say? My country instead of Russia. Absolutely. You can say our country also instead of Russia. Why not? Also, absolutely. So it's basically up to you. In any case, any historical figure here is fine as soon as you give the because. As soon as you give the explanation. In my case, this is the explanation. His reforms modernized, blah, 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 blah. Okay, guys. Do you have any questions to me on any part so far? No? Okay. I'll be waiting for your questions a bit more. Maybe you have some, maybe you don't. I don't know. But while you are thinking, let me have a sip of my life. Wow, that was a loud sip. Okay, so let's get back to it. And question number 3. In the question number 3, we have the following. Why is it important to know the history of your country? So basically, a lot of people would say something like, if you don't know the history, there is no future. If you don't know the history, there is no this or that or blah, blah, blah. Nope. Like the majority of people think that it is really, really crucially important to know the history of your country. So my answer to that is I truly believe that knowing the history of Russia is crucial, and this is what I used instead of important, because, and this is the answer why, it shapes our national identity and helps us learn from the past to make better future decisions. If you are not really sure in the use of this it, ask yourself a question. It what? In my case, it is history. So the history of Russia shapes our national identity and helps us learn from past to make better future decisions. You probably heard me saying that it is really, really difficult when we talk about using these pronouns, it, or I probably said to you, guys, be careful. In this case, it's okay to use them as long as you make it clear for each and everyone what this pronoun represents. In any other cases, guys, be careful, please. Please be careful. Okay, so we are done with the questions which needed our answers, and we are moving on to the questions. So we needed to ask 3 questions about the local environment protection organizations, so not one. So the way I try to follow is this one, so the strategy. If in the opening sentence you say something like, oh, I would like to ask you about the local environment protection organization. So it's like the sentence 0. If the sentence 0 has this local environment protection organization phrase, then it's okay not to use the full phrase in the next sentence. So it would be something like they or them, something like that. But in this case, you have to use it, absolutely have to use it in the second question. And it would be really nice if you used it in the third question. So something like that. If you don't have this 0 opening statement, so if you don't say something like, I would like to ask you some questions about blah, 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 stating the whole thing there, it means that your question is like your opening sentence, and in this case you have to, absolutely have to, say the full phrase. So it will be something like blah, 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 in the local environment protection organization. So you have to mention the full phrase here. Then you can use the pronoun. Then you have to use it once again. It, right, the full name. Okay, I hope that's clear, and let's have a look with the questions at the questions I came up with. The first one is the following. What local environment protection organizations are there in your city? So I just started with the general information to know what are they, right? What local environment protection organizations, and this is the whole thingy, so this is the plus for being clear, are there in your city. Another one is, are these organizations popular with teenagers? And you can see these here, right? And if you see these here, it means that I already used it in the first sentence, in the first question. It's okay for me to use these. But with these, please be careful. These, as you know, is plural. Please, guys, don't say this, right? You need plural here because we've got organizations and we've got this S here, and it means that we have to use the plural form. So these is a plural form, right? But be careful. I just beg you, please be careful. Are these organizations popular with teenagers? The next question I came up with was, or is, do your local environmental protection organizations primarily focus on the issues of pollution? Actually, it can be anything. Issues of, I don't know, any kind of issues connected with ecology or ecological issues, but I decided to use the pollution as the example here. Okay, one more time. So plus here for local environment protection organizations, minus for this because I didn't use it, and the third one is local environment protection organizations, plus. Right, the full name is here. Okay, do you guys have any questions about anything that I have just covered? Is everything clear? Is everything not clear to you? How is it going? How do you feel? I just wonder, how do you feel? And yeah, I just showed myself a thumbs up. Okay, by the way, if you like this stream, please don't forget to thumbs up, and it will make my teacher heart really, really happy. Yay! all good. Thank you so much. I'm happy to see that everything's good. And yeah, my teacher heart is happy. By the way, guys, I've got another question. If you had the same task at your real June exam, would it be difficult for you? Would it be easy for you? So what's your, like, let's evaluate it on the scale of 0 to 5. When 5 is, oh my god, I don't know what to do with it. And 0 is like, 5 minutes, I'm done. So what's your estimate? What do you think? I'm going to wait for you a bit. Okay, so while I'm waiting for your estimate, I would say that for me, the most difficult thing here was to come up with the event. Oh, why am I doing this? It was to come up with the event to talk about, actually. I don't know why, but it was the hardest thing ever. In terms of personalities, like, I can name quite many famous people who I really believe that they represent the values. Yeah, what the heck. Yeah, that's one. Я историю не знаю, но что-нибудь придумала бы. Yeah, that was my actually reaction. That was something like, oh my god, I don't know history that well. I just know, like, Gagarin that I used, and I just know the Great Patriotic War, which, yeah, I'm also proud of that. I can't imagine even in Russian. Yeah, the first thing is to come up with the idea in Russian. So yeah, as I said already, for me personally, the event was the hardest part to come up with when I was preparing for the stream, and I was like, event? And I started literally calling my friends and family and asking my husband, like, hey, what's the most important event in your opinion? What do you think? So yeah, as I said already, the opinions were like, the Great Patriotic War, let's go to space. And I was like, the space exploration, that was good. So yeah, that's good. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing. Probably you need to be familiar with some most popular topics and write something really valuable. Yeah, that is a good point, actually, and that is the good point for each and every one of us, because we need to practice. And as I already said, that well, first of all, we have got mock exams at school, and we do it every single month. And the way they are structured, they are aimed at the most popular topics. And another one is we need to practice. I'm talking about this task. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. It's like, oh my god, sometimes. So yeah, we really need to practice. And I think that is my wild guess there, that some of the historical information and some of the, like, what's the best, who is the best in Russia's history will be in June. But that is, one more time, just my wild guess. Unfortunately, I don't have any information about it yet. And I don't think I will have, unless some of my students provide me with it once they're finished with the exam. But yeah, I'm guessing that this kind of topic, like history of Russia, it will be in June. That is my wild guess, one more time. Okay, guys, all good, you said, no more questions, and that makes my teacher heart really, really happy. Let me give you a heart, or several hearts. So, we are moving on to number 38. Yeah, this is number 38. So, okay, good. Imagine that you are doing a project on why some people in Zetland refuse to do sports regularly. You have found some data on the project, the results of the opinion poll. See the table below. Comment on the data in the table and give your opinion on the subject of the project. This topic is really nice, in my opinion. It's just sports, and we have written a lot of written statements, number 38, on sports. So yeah, okay, sorry. The person could be any famous writer. We can write about how good he or she can represent Russian should on paper. Yeah, absolutely. That's, by the way, is a really good point if we're talking about the person to talk about. If we're talking about soul. Yeah, absolutely. That's a real nice point here. So we can talk about any politician. We can talk about any historical emperor or any historical leader. We can talk about any scientist. We can talk about any writer. We can talk about any artist. In this area, we literally have got the whole bunch of people to talk about, because Russian culture is so amazing, and because we have so many outstanding people that we can be proud of, that truly represents the values and the nationality of the Russians. So yeah, in my opinion, and thank you for this comment, absolutely, you could talk about any writer. For example, I don't know, Pushkin, why not? Dostoevsky, why not? Lermontov, why not? Anna Akhmatova, why not? Any I would say any quite famous person, historical person, could be here, and we've got a lot to choose from because of our rich culture. So yay. And well done for the comment. Thank you so much. You're doing absolutely amazingly. And let's move back to number 38. Yeah, this one is really easy. And unfortunately, I don't have number 38.2, which is the second topic, just because the majority of the students have chosen this one, because it's so easy and so simple. So the question is, why do you refuse to do sports regularly? So that was the question of the opinion poll. We've got the table below. We've got 200 to 250 words to write. One more time, I'm not going to give you a template. I have already done the stream on this. We have got a bunch of videos on that. We do know how to write it. The thing here is, I would really like to focus on these 2 points, because, like, let's be honest, 1, 2, and 3, they are just about the data. Please, guys, don't forget to write the percent there. Don't forget to write the numbers there, and that's basically it. So you analyze this one here, you analyze this one here, and then you just compare something with something else, right? It's not that difficult. You do know how to write it. One more time, we had a stream on this topic a while back. We also have a bunch of videos with the template, and also on our Telegram channel we also gave you a template as well. So you're like fully packed there and fully equipped to take this part of task 38 to be like the best of your career, let's say, in exam taking. But number 4 and number 5, when we're talking about the points of the plan, they are a bit more difficult. We've got the following right here, or we had the following at the exam in the beginning of April. So we need to outline a problem that can arise. This part is standard, right? The problem is what is not standard. If a person does not do sports regularly and suggest a way of solving it, right? So we have got a problem of what should we do, or how can we help a person who does not do sports regularly. Me, for example, I am really bad at doing sports regularly. I struggle to maintain this consistency. I struggle with even going to the gym, to be honest. I'm so ashamed of that. Maybe you can see me going red, but that is like the honest thing. And that is what made me truly think of what can motivate me to hit the gym a bit more often. But yeah, guys, what are your opinions on this? Like, how can you what problem can arise if me as a person, if you as a person, if any other person doesn't do sports regularly. So if we just don't, what will happen? Like, what problem will there be, and how to solve this problem? Okay, I'm waiting for your answers in the chat. We can say about the obesity, and the way to solve is informing people about the possible risks and opening more sport classes. Wow, that's a really nice one. Thank you so much. That's just a perfect one. Yeah, good information, and as a consequence of not doing that, that's obesity. Absolutely. Good job. Thank you. Let me give you a firework. Camera work. Come on. Yay, you've got the firework. Okay, so yeah, any other ideas, opinions, thoughts, beliefs, anything? Yeah, or any other health problem? Yes, you are basically right. So basically what we can do here is to say that if you don't do sports regularly, there will be some health problems, right? Absolutely. Good, absolutely a wonderful idea. Okay, yeah, let's have a look at what I came up with, and we will come back to the last one, the conclusion. Okay, so mine was the following. The lack of regular physical activity can lead to numerous health problems, including obesity, heart disease, and decreased mental health. To combat these issues, it is essential to create programs that are not only accessible but also enjoyable and socially engaging. So, as you can see, I am outlining the problems that might arise here. As you said, any other health problems. So this is also the way that the path that I followed. And the lack of regular physical exercises can lead to blah, 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 blah. In my example right here, and in your answer right here, we both talked about some health diseases and health problems that can arise. So obesity, the obvious one, heart diseases and heart disease in general, and decreased mental health because, like, you know, I'm a couch potato, don't want to do anything, I'm just going to line myself for the whole day watching Netflix or binge watching some K-drama. Guilty. Okay, so and what should we do to combat these issues? Should this paragraph be this size, or it is optional? So it is optional. I would say you can definitely add something, but I would say that this is the minimum. So let's count the words. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this is 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 51. Oh no, it definitely can be less than that. So 51 words is a lot. So it can be less than that, or if you understand that the previous paragraphs or the following paragraphs are not enough, then you can add something, or just it could be the same. So it is optional, absolutely. Okay, yeah, it is absolutely optional. Basically, you can just write like 2 sentences right here. It's okay. Just make them not like the subject and the object, no, subject predicate, no. Just make them with some adjectives, something like that. So now it could be less, more probably, or it could be the same. So it's optional, absolutely. Okay, so the way I also tackled this is I separated it into two options. Not two options, 2 parts. The first part is the problem. So different problems, blah, 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 blah. And I just then mentioned and listed the problems that arise. So I've got here obesity, heart disease, decreased mental health. And then the second part of this statement, this part of this paragraph is what I offered to do. Like, to combat these issues, or to fight these issues, to solve these issues, it is essential to create blah, 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 blah. So yeah, maybe if going to the gym was as engaging as binge watching K-drama on Netflix, probably I would do that. I don't know, maybe. Okay, any questions about the problem that we have just discussed? Any problems? Any issues? Any questions? Any suggestions? Anything else? Any opinions? I'm running out of synonyms, guys. No? Okay. Then we are moving. Oh, yeah. No. Nah, all good. Good. Thank you, guys. You're absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. You're such a great team. Thank you. Okay. Let's move on and let's talk about the conclusion. So the conclusion is usually, it needs to follow like 2 rules, basically. 3. Okay, 3 rules. The first one is appreciate your work. Oh, that's about conclusion. Okay, absolutely. The first part here is what? The first we need to say that this is the conclusion, right? In conclusion, or to conclude, to sum up, any kind of the linker that clearly says to the person who is checking to the examiner that this is the end, guys. This is it. There is not going to be anything else besides that. And another one is explaining your opinion. And I would like to, like, literally, I would like you to pay your attention, very, very much of your attention, to the fact that your opinion should be explicit. What does it mean? It means that it's my opinion, not Vasa's, not Petya's, not Kolya's, not Uncle Sam's, not theirs. It's my opinion. So in my opinion, I believe, I think, I guess, and so on, right? So all that stuff is just me, myself, and I, right? How to motivate people to do sports. Okay. Yeah, probably, as we already said, that if doing some sports activity was as interesting as binge watching Netflix, it would be really, really good. But let's have a look at what I came up with. But before that, I'm waiting for you guys with your ideas. I love your ideas so much. They're so cool. So yeah, let's have a look at what you have to say. I'm waiting. And while I'm waiting, coffee break for me. By the way, I didn't ask you about the weather, guys. How could I? It's really sunny for me today, which is surprising because like 2 hours before the stream it was absolutely yuck. Not a very nice weather, but right now it's sunny. It's good. Okay, I'm still waiting for you. Thank you. Cool. To sum everything up, I think that people should be motivated to do sports by creating more sport areas in the city. Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. Hey, good. This is the good conclusion. Absolutely. Absolutely amazing. Thank you. Okay, any other ideas? Okay, so let's have a look at what I came up with. And one more time, this is quite, like, this is just a guideline, just an example. I didn't count how many words there are, but if needed, let's do that together. Okay, in conclusion, I believe, one more time, this is my conclusion thingy. This is I believe, not Uncle Petya. No, not him. It's me. I believe that to motivate people in Zetland to participate in sports, there needs to be a shift towards making physical activities more enjoyable and emotionally rewarding. Promoting community sports event, creating varied and fun exercise options, and highlighting the social aspects of sports could be effective strategies. So one more time, could I stop here? Yes, definitely I could. Did I want to? No, I did not. So yeah, because I'm not limited right now to the number of words, which you guys, by the way, are. How many words are there in total? 275. I hope that you remember this one. 275 is the most amount of words that you can write in your 38. So yeah, here I am not limited to the number of words, so I can write as many or as few as I want to. But this is what I came up with. One more time here, it's not necessarily should be Zetland. Just a second. Or we can say about involving people into group exercises. Yeah, that's also a very good thing to say and to mention. Absolutely, yes. You can definitely say about involving. Yeah, involving people into group exercises. Absolutely. Good job. You guys are absolutely amazing. So yeah, here should be, just a second, we're trying to find the camera and setting you the balloons. Okay, so yeah, Zetland is optional right here. You can say people just in general, not in Zetland. I use Zetland, that's also okay. Okay guys, do you have any questions to me? Any? Yes. Oh no. A little bit of ASMR. Balloons! Yay! Okay, so we've got a little bit of ASMR. So do you have any questions? It's all good. Okay. Very, very nice, guys. Thank you. I'm really happy that it's clear for you. I'm absolutely happy with that. So thank you. And you're doing absolutely an amazing job. Thank you. Okay, so let's move on to speaking. Speaking, task 1, I, to be honest, don't have. Just because this is a test, and this, as you know, is based on the memory of the students who passed this test. And it is, as you know, very difficult to remember some text that you have read just for like 3 minutes, because you've got 1.5 minutes to prepare and 1.5 minutes to get ready. But I'm going to cover the basics of the reading task 1 in this speaking part. So basically, you've got 1.5 minutes to get ready, and I am showing myself thumbs up. By the way, if you like the stream, please thumbs up, ring that notification bell, and of course subscribe. We've got a lot of content coming your way this end of April and the beginning of May. We have got everything planned for you, so stay tuned. Okay, anyway, the advertising part is over. I was talking about speaking task 1. So, speaking task 1 is when you have 1.5 minutes to get ready and 1.5 minutes to read the text. Everything is taken into consideration by the experts. They literally pay attention to everything. They pay attention to the way you pronounce words. They pay attention to the way you stress your words. For example, I don't know. For example, instead of the word speaking, you say speaking. Like, what happened to the stress? No one knows. Or I don't know, instead of the words facilities, right, like right here, you would probably, I hope not, fingers crossed not, you can probably say facilities. Yeah. Okay. I thought during speaking 1 we are able to read while speaking. Yes, you are reading it. This is the whole point of the task. You're just reading it out loud. So yeah, it is speaking task 1. You are just reading it. But this is task 2 in my slide. I'm just talking about speaking task 1. So yeah, I was talking about what is taken into consideration by the experts, and yes, just reading the text, nothing else, just reading it out loud for 1.5 minutes. Yeah. So stress is taken into consideration, like word stress, not your level of stress in terms of, exams, I don't know what to do. No, not this part, but the word stress. In Russian, that's ударение. Okay. Stress is taken into consideration, your intonation is taken into consideration, the way you pronounce words is taken into consideration. For example, if you say think instead of think, you know these are two very different things. To think is tanуть, and to think is думать. So I think that they are very different, and the meaning is different. And if the meaning changes, your expert will say, no, it's not going to work here. We are not going to give this person a point. So please, guys, be very, very attentive and do your pronunciation the way it should be done. I mean, like, pronounce words the way they should be pronounced. Nothing funny here, okay? Another thing I would really like you to pay attention to is your pauses. So sometimes when we are speaking, we have got these pauses like I do, for example, or sometimes I just take a deep breath because I just run out of breath. Well, this is one thing that we should also take into consideration when we are reading in task 1. So we have got the dedicated places where we can take a breath, and this is our full stops. So basically, guys, if you see a full stop in speaking task 1, please take that breath. You will need it. Otherwise, we'll see something like, for example, you're going to give a tour on how you're cooling to find because you just ran out of breath. And this does not sound really nice when we are listening to the recording. It's not a mistake per se, but yeah, the impression is not really, really nice. Okay, guys, I hope I made myself clear, and let's finally talk about speaking task 2. Speaking task 2 is all about questions. Guys, please, you do not need, literally, do not need any introduction. You do not need any conclusion here. This is the only task. No, speaking task 1 is also without introduction and conclusion. But this is a very rare task where you don't need to give anything to your examiner. You just literally need to ask 4 questions. 4. Just that. Nothing else. Right? Okay, I hope I made that clear. And these are the topic and the questions that we had at our pre-exam, I don't know, early exam, I don't know how to call it, like before the term exam. Anyway, in our April exam, let's put it that way. Okay, so no introduction, no conclusion, no nothing, guys. But the story goes as follows. You're going on a tour. So this is what we're going to ask our questions about. A tour, one more time. And if you have the tour in the first one, you may skip it in the second one. You have to use it in the third one, and you may skip it in the fourth one. It's like, you know, the sandwich principle, when you've got the bread, the meat, and then the bread once again. So basically, this is, you can follow this one, or you need to use on a tour, or whichever the topic is, in every single of the questions. Okay, I'm actually waiting for you to give me your example or your suggestions on the questions that you can ask. So let's do that. And afterwards, I have got my own suggestions and my own preferences I'm going to share with you, of course. That is why we're here, basically. So, any suggestions, any ideas, any thoughts, beliefs, opinions, guesses? Okay, not yet. Okay, so let me start first. How long does the tour last? Okay, good. That's a good one. Thank you. Yes, that's a good one. How long does the tour last? That's a good one. Good suggestion. Absolutely. Why not? Because this is about the duration. Yes, good. Anything else here? What accommodation facilities are available during the tour? Oh, wow, that's so cool. Yes, good. Absolutely. Very good. Anything else? Anything else? Let's do number 3. Let's speed run and do number 3. What do we have here? Do you provide any discounts for students? Wow, that's absolutely amazing. Thank you. And the last one, I've got my fingers crossed for you and for your perfect questions. Yep. So, okay, and if you hear some very strange noises, please don't be alarmed. I live near the stadium and we have got a football game today. So the last one is, how much does the tour for one cost? How much does the tour cost? Okay. I would change it for how much is the tour for one, or what is the price, but yeah, why not? Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. You're doing absolutely amazing. Thank you. And here is the firework for you. Yeah, my camera works. That's good. Okay, so duration. I would do it very, very simple. I am a strong advocate for very simple questions when it comes to this specific task. And the simplest that we can find is what is the duration of the tour? So basically, actually, guys, don't be afraid of repeating the same type of questions. So we've got what is there as the example, or what are there? That's a perfect question that we can ask 70 or maybe 75% of times, to be honest. What is there or what are there? The main thing is not to forget that here. What is the duration of the tour? What are the accommodation facilities? What is the price for one? So basically, if we're talking about this one, we can use it here, here, and here. What is the duration of the tour? What are the accommodation facilities? What is the price for one? That is the simplest in my opinion, but your questions are also quite good. I would say very good. The third one, are there any discounts for students? And I'm going to write this one. Are there any discounts for students? Okay, so this one is another type, quite a simple one. And I would say this one can be asked in probably, I don't know, I'm not very good at mathematics, probably like 15% of time. So 75 plus 15. I need some Sailor Moon power to add them up. So I'm opening my calculator and I've got 90. Yeah, and 10% would be for something else. So is there or are there, very common. I would say 15% of times that you can ask these questions. 75 would be what is there, what are there, and 10% for something else. Of course, we can use something else here. We can say what accommodation facilities are available. We can say what accommodation facilities are there. We can say what accommodation facilities do you provide or are provided on the tour. So, yeah. Any questions, guys? No questions? Is everything clear? Okay, well, I hope that everything is clear. And we are moving on to the next one. And the next one is speaking task 3. Okay, it's all good. Thank you. Very, very nice. I'm happy that everything's clear. Okay, so speaking task 3. As you know, speaking task 3 is when you hear a question and you've got a very interesting to-do-ding sound, and then you've got 40 seconds. You've got 40 seconds to answer this question. So there are two things to remember here. The first one is that you need absolutely to have 2 or 3 sentences in each and every one of your answers. The second thing to remember is that you must not be afraid of the pause. Let's imagine that I have answered my question within the first 5 seconds. Just because I talk too much, just because I talk too fast. 5 seconds is enough for me. Let us say, let's imagine. Maybe not, but let's imagine. So don't be afraid of the pause of those 35 seconds that you have after you have answered. You don't have to, and you don't need to, and I would probably say you must not and should not fill in that pause with your words. No, it's not something to be afraid of. You don't have to do that. And to be honest, I recommend you not do that. Okay? Okay, guys. What else? If you forget here something, it's maybe a secret, but you don't have to be honest. The English language exam is not totally about honesty. It's more about the language that you remember. It's more about your language knowledge, but it's not something that you should, oh my god, I've got like the lie detector right here, or I don't know, some deals right here. No one is going to check if you have said the truth, or if you have told the truth, or if you have lied. No one. And another secret is the experts don't really know who you are when they check it. We as experts, and I say that because I used to check it, I used to check ЕГЭ. So the thing is, you just have the numbers there, nothing else, just the numbers. You don't know who this person is. Absolute anonymity. So there is no way any expert is going to check what you are saying at the exam and come to your house and say, you, Miss Smith, you just lied to us at your English exam. No one is going to do that. So if you understand that you forgot some word, use another one. Okay? Just that. It's that simple. Okay, let's have a look at the questions. So what job did you choose for yourself? Okay, quite a simple question in my opinion, because I have already chosen my I don't know why I probably keep showing my hand like this, but yeah, my camera reacts anyway. Anyway, let's come back to our questions. What job did you choose for yourself? In my case, I would say something like this. Then, as for me, the job... Oh, I got the answer. Okay. Sorry. I chose to be a translator when I... Not will grow up, when I grow up. It is an exciting job and I will try to do my best. Absolutely. That's a really good answer. That's an amazing one. So, yeah. You can use this as your example answer, or my answer would be, as for me, I have chosen to be a teacher of the English language because I really truly find this profession to be motivating and rewarding. So this is my answer to this question, but your answer is also really cool. Okay, good job. Just remember, not when I will grow up, but when I grow up. Okay, because no future after clause. When, if, all this stuff. Okay, the next question is, what should people consider while choosing their career? Okay, so this one is a bit controversial. Maybe not. So what is your answer to this question, by the way, guys? While you're thinking, I'm going to give you my answer. So, in my opinion, I would say that people should consider two factors while choosing their career. The first one is how satisfied they are with the choice, if they like what they will have to do for the rest of their lives. That's the first one. And the second condition that they should consider is, yeah, it is kind of difficult, I know. So the second thing that they should really take into consideration is their salary, unfortunately, because we all are humans, we all have our needs, and we need money. And money we get for our work is our salary. So it's really, really important to understand your level of salary while choosing a career. So I would put it that way. I don't know, I think it was less than 30 seconds, but it definitely was 2 to 3 sentences. what's your opinion? Any ideas here? So in my opinion, I already said, you should like what you do. You have to earn enough to get your basic needs, at least basic needs, covered. Because if I'm not paying my bill, no one else is going to pay my bills for me, right? And the only way to do that is by earning money, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know. So yeah, any ideas on your side? Okay, then we're moving on to the next one. So why do many people work long hours? This one is a good one and also a controversial one. On the one hand, people... I'll skip this one. Okay. Okay, number 3. Why do many people work long hours? So this one is, as I said, might be a bit controversial, but yeah, my answer would be probably this, put in this way. In my opinion, or I guess, or I would say that many people that many people work long hours for 2 reasons. The first reason is that they really have to do that amount of hours to finish their job and to meet the deadlines that they have. And the second one is that usually the more you work, the more money you get. So the working long hours is a way to a better salary. So in my opinion, these 2 are the reasons. So we might need to meet the deadlines, which you should, guys, and I should, and everyone should meet the deadlines. Meet those deadlines, right? And when we're talking about the next one is, yeah, just a better salary. That's it. That's simple. Okay. I hope that my answer is clear. The next one is, what's the best way to relax after a hard day at work? So what I would probably say here is that I personally believe that the best way to relax after a hard day at work is when you come home, pet your cat, make a cup of coffee, and watch some interesting TV series. So something like that. Or maybe another way would be, I don't know, take a bath after a long day at work and read a really nice book. Or I don't know, the next one would be probably to spend time with your loved ones, with your family, and with your relatives. Maybe play some board games, maybe do some fun activities together. So these are all ways to relax after a hard day at work. So it's up to you which one to choose and which one you would probably say, but for me, I would say this one. Okay, the last question. Why is it important to rest? This one is a nice one. I would say that it is really important to rest because if we don't, we are burning out. And the burnout is not a good thing to have. Because if you are burnt out, you don't care about the quality of the work that you're doing. You just care about the day to finish. And that's not a good attitude to work. So this is what I would say. Okay, I think the best way to relax after a hard day at work is to watch TV. Another great way to relax is to take a warm bath. Oh, that's really nice. Good. Very good. Thank you. You're doing great today. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Perfect. Then, yep. Camera, work. I want my firework. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Absolutely. Okay, we're done basically with task number 3. Do you have any questions here? The only thing that I forgot to mention is that each and every single one of the questions that you get a plus for, you get a point. So that's 5 in total because there are 5 questions. That's it. Just that. Okay. And boom, 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 we've got speaking task 4. Well, in this task, this text is from... Okay, I believe, just a second, I believe that resting is essential because people are not robots. Every person needs some time to relax. Absolutely amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. Absolutely good. Thank you. Well, perfect. Thank you so much. So, we are moving on to task 4, which is the final task for us to talk about today. And I hope that we had a stream on speaking task 4 quite a long time ago. I believe in November, maybe in October, quite a long time ago. But anyway, I'm not here to give you any templates. I'm not here to give you the structure. I have already done that, and we have already talked about it, and I have already done the stream, and we have got a bunch of videos. It looks scary. It does, I know. But actually, that's a quite a nice topic, because it's just family traditions, guys. Nothing else. It's just family traditions. To be honest, with all of the historical stuff that they scared us in Task 37, this one is good. This one is a really nice one. So yeah, let's have a look at it and let's have a talk. Okay, so as you really know, I hope that you know. If you don't, please go watch some videos on this channel. You've got the templates. In Telegram, you've got the templates as well. You've got all of the very nice words. You've got everything here, all of the linkers, what to say, what not to say. And there is a stream on the same speaking task 4. I've done it quite a few times ago. Oh, what am I saying? A long time ago. Okay. So what we have here a plan. The plan. Thank you so much. We are provided with a plan this time. But as you know, as usual, there is not everything in this plan. We need some intro here. And we need some conclusion here. Okay, so these actual pictures, that is what I have found on this topic. This is not something that was provided exactly at the exam. What are the possible disadvantages of traditions? It makes no sense. We'll come back to that. Yeah, it makes not much sense, to be honest. But yeah, actually, I have discussed it with some people. They have come with quite a nice bunch of ideas. We're going to talk about it right now as well. So, as for the intro, it would be something like, "Hi Ben, I have found some pictures for our school project on the topic of family traditions that we are doing together, as you remember. Unfortunately, I'm having some technical issues right now, so I cannot send them to you. That is why I'm going to leave you a voice message and explain everything to you there." And after that, you just kind of start by describing the illustrations and noting the differences. So if we're talking about the illustrations right here, we've got 2 photos. In the photo number 1, we can see a family. The family is celebrating Christmas. They're at home, they're having fun. While in the photo number 2, we're having in the photo number 2, there is also a family, and this family is celebrating a birthday, and they are also having fun. While quite similar, these pictures have some differences, but they both are very relevant to our project of family traditions. The difference are that we have got different number of people in these pictures, and they are celebrating different holidays. The second one is about the advantages and disadvantages. As you know, this is the middle, the thing to remember when we're talking about speaking task 4. So as for advantages, and I usually do just one advantage and one disadvantage for each. If we're talking about advantages of the family of the tradition presented in the picture number 1, I would say that this is the time, Christmas is the time, or the New Year is the time when the whole family gathers together and everyone gets their portion of attention, everyone gets a gift, and that's a wonderful time to get together as a family. If we're talking about celebrating birthdays, this tradition is also quite valuable, and here also sometimes relative come to you, but this is not only about the family, this is also about the person and their preferences. That this is the advantage, that this is not that family oriented, it's more of a person oriented. If we are talking about disadvantages, sometimes if we are talking about the disadvantages right here, is one for each really enough? My teachers for 3 disadvantages and advantages for both. Sorry, just a second. 3 disadvantages and advantages. No. You have got like 1 and 2. 3, you don't have to. You don't need to. 3, no, definitely not. 2 is okay, absolutely. It's up to you. The reason why I say that is usually that I don't have enough time, because you probably notice I talk too much. That's it. Because it's like 3 minutes, I'm restricted with this 3 minutes. I usually do just 1. Your teachers could be right, your teacher could be right, because sometimes when we miss the point of this advantage and disadvantage, and you still have got that extra, if we're talking about the second one, you're good to go. But if you miss the point and you have got only 1 advantage and 1 disadvantage, then you're not good to go. You're literally messed up. So your teacher is right when your teacher asks for 2, 3, no, you don't need to get 3 there. Definitely not. It's not a mistake, but why would you do that? It says here like 1, 2, and that's it. You don't have to give 3, really. No, 3, 2 is good. 1 is also good. It's up to you. If you don't really know what to say in advantages and disadvantages, 1 is also okay. That's fine. Okay, as for the disadvantages, this is the time when, as I said, every person, the whole family gathers together. And this is the time when we might feel some inconveniences. It's not so bad then. Yes, it is not very bad. So yeah, not so bad, you're right. Yeah, it's the time when people have to travel a lot to meet their loved ones, and this is the time when everything's in the traffic jam. So gathering together as a family might be quite inconvenient, especially when you live in the big cities. If we're talking about these ones, it's also about when you have to celebrate the birthday of a person. It requires a lot of preparation, right? I'm sorry guys, I need to drink something because my voice says goodbye to me. Okay, so it's when we are talking about, yeah, it takes a lot to organize a celebration, so that's the disadvantage. If we're talking about something that, so if we're talking about this one, which is the rest, the conclusion, I always tell my students to pay attention to the form of the verb here. You've got preferred as a child, so this is what you have to use in your answer. So in my conclusion, or in my opinion, I would say that I preferred the family tradition, which is presented in the photo number 1, and this is the celebration of Christmas or New Year. And I preferred this as a child, this tradition as a child. So something like that, or you can say something like, in my opinion, I can say that as a child, I preferred the tradition, the family tradition presented in the photo number 1, which is celebration of Christmas, something like that. After that, you've got the outro of like, well, that's basically it. Bye, Ben, see you. Something like that. Okay, guys, do you have any questions? Yes, no, maybe. Well, I hope that everything is clear. If you don't have any questions, thank you so much. If you do have any questions, feel free to ask them. And I promised you to talk a bit about our mock exam, so this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to switch to Russian this time. So, здравствуйте! Если вы вдруг не слышали меня, говорящей по-русски, то вот она, я, говорящая по-русски. У нас здесь с вами, кстати, уже не 3 месяца, у нас тут с вами уже 1,5 месяца, если можно так сказать. Соответственно, что у нас тут остается? И что такое вообще подготовка у нас в онлайн-школе? Это лекции и семинары, это 2 раза в неделю занятия, это домашние задания, которые проверяются, и это пробные ЕГЭ и ОГЭ, которые тоже проверяются экспертами. Это разговорный клуб, на котором, кстати, мы обсуждаем кучу всяких тем. И темы, которые... Вот у нас недавно был разговорный клуб про спорт. Мы как раз-таки обсуждали там всю лексику прошли, мы посмотрели все абсолютно штуки, которые можно использовать в качестве там преимуществ, недостатков и так далее. То есть, по сути, все наше 38-е сегодняшнее задание мы разбирали на разговорном клубе не так давно, пару недель назад, по-моему, было. Ну и плюс подробная проверка сложных задач с развернутой обратной связью и рекомендацией. То есть вам не просто говорят, там, я не знаю, РКЗ 0 баллов. Нет. Вам говорят, почему РКЗ 0 баллов и что нужно исправить, чтобы РКЗ было больше баллов. Это интерактивная платформа для подготовки. Все, что нужно, все в одном месте, все в удобном формате. Есть телефон, шикарно. Есть есть компьютер, шикарно. Есть ноут, шикарно. Есть планшет, прекрасно. Все эти девайсы, по сути, любой из них можно использовать для доступа к нашей платформе, и вам не нужно никуда бегать и так далее. У вас все есть именно там. Что еще? Удобное расписание и список дел, вам сразу все понятно. То есть вы зашли на платформу, у вас там такой календарик, вам такая: сегодня у вас разговорный клуб по английскому, а завтра у вас урок по английскому, а послезавтра у вас сегодняшний стрим, между прочим, со мной. Вот, что-то такое. У вас здесь сразу все написано, примерно понятно, сколько по времени это все занимает. Что еще? Интерактивные уроки. Вот эта штука, которая лично мне супер-супер сильно нравится. Я вообще большой фанат вот этих наших интерактивных уроков, потому что они очень круто составлены по английскому, ну и по всем остальным предметам, но по английскому просто конфетка. Наш методист, умничка, лапочка, солнышко, она составила нам все эти замечательные уроки. И что там есть? Там супер подробно, но при этом очень интересно расписано все. Все темы для экзамена ЕГЭ, все темы для экзамена ОГЭ, вся грамматика, куча лексики, стратегии на все и шаблончики. Очень крутые шаблончики. Ну и после того, как вы всю эту красоту просмотрели, естественно, вам нужно потренироваться и закрепить. Соответственно, у нас есть задания, которые вы выполняете после каждого раздела вашего интерактивного урока. Вот. Что еще у нас есть? У нас есть домашки с быстрой проверкой и не с очень быстрой проверкой. Что значит быстрая проверка? Это значит, что вы написали, и платформа вам такая: хе-хей, молодец, thumbs up получил, все хорошо. У нас тут на примере биологии как науки и некой микологии, которая занимается, оказывается, грибами. Например, лихинология, как я сейчас прочитала, она занимается у нас лишайниками, а бриология занимается мхами. О как! Представляете, все как круто. А ботаника про растения. Вот. Как это все оценивается? На платформе все есть, вам сразу выставляется балл, вам говорят решение с пояснением, и зелененький ответ у вас там, значит, показывает, что все правильно. Да, замечательно. Так, кому я взорвала мозг? Биологией? Лихинологией? Мне тоже надо. Я так смотрю на другие предметы, думаю, боже мой, как это? Да, я согласна с вами, это сложно. Но я сейчас прочитала и узнала что-то новенькое, что очень хорошо. Вот, что еще у нас есть? У нас есть живое общение по видео с преподавателями на семинарах. И это очень круто. Вы можете не только посмотреть видюшки и там потренироваться, но еще у вас есть живой семинар с преподавателем. На этом семинаре мы делаем абсолютно все. Мы разбираем грамматику, мы пишем письма, мы разбираем спикинг, все задания и все остальное, все, что есть в экзаменах, все, что нет в экзаменах и так далее. Потому что мы еще разбираем кучу грамматики, кучу лексики, которую вы, в принципе, вам пригодится всегда. Вот, ежемесячные пробники. Про них я уже говорила, это супер полные варианты ЕГЭ и ОГЭ. для проверки ваших знаний, для того, чтобы мы могли посмотреть ваш прогресс, для того, чтобы вы сами могли посмотреть ваш прогресс, для того, чтобы у нас все с вами получилось вместе, и вы сдали свое ЕГЭ на заветную соточку или ЕГЭ на 5. Это уж как, в каком вы классе, в зависимости. Вот. Все то, что написано «Проверяем», это задание с развернутым ответом. Это, по сути, все те задания, которые мы сегодня с вами разбираем. 37-38 письменной части, 1, 2, 3, 4, то есть вся speaking часть у нас проверяется экспертами ЕГЭ. И если это ОГЭ, то это 35-е задание, и вся speaking часть ОГЭ тоже проверяется экспертами. Вот. Что еще? У нас есть удобные чаты с преподавателями. И вы можете написать вашему преподавателю практически в любое время, и ваш преподаватель вам ответит, и все подробненько распишет. И если вам вдруг что-то непонятно, спрашивайте, обращайтесь. У нас есть система уведомлений. Это когда вам лень, супер лень идти на платформу. Вам телеграмчик такой: ты-дынь, у вас сейчас урок. Или ты-дынь, у вас сейчас стрим по математике. Посмотрела я стрим по математике. Боже мой, это какие-то боги, а не люди, которые ведут стримы по математике. И вообще математику профиль, например, сдают. Я такая: о боже мой, 2 плюс 2 сколько? 5, 10, 15? Не знаю. Моя математика живет где-то на Марсе. Наверное. Я не знаю. Мы с ней давно потеряли связь. Так вот, чтобы вам никуда не бегать, мы вам присылаем уведомления в Телеграме. Что еще? У меня для вас есть куча плюшек и куча подарков. Это супер интенсивный ЕГЭ и ОГЭ. При покупке 2 предметов вам еще 2 в подарок дают. Новая группа 1 месяц, 3 занятия в неделю плюс домашка. То есть там куча всего. Оно просто jam-packed with the very best. Что еще? Летняя школа в подарок, если вы готовитесь к ЕГЭ в 10 классе с гарантией поступления. Комплексная программа 14 месяцев обучения, 2 занятия в неделю плюс домашка. Не забываем про домашку, она очень-очень важна. Я уже говорила вам, что мы ее тоже делаем на платформе, проверяем на платформе и узнаем много нового про так, не быть мне биологом, как это называется, лихинологию и микологию, вот. Да, я не биолог, sorry, и не математик. Ну и плюс сопровождение при поступлении в ВУЗ. Куча всяких плюшек, которые вы сейчас видите у себя на экранах. Что еще? Записывайтесь на бесплатную консультацию. У вас связь 24/7 с персональным чате. И куча всяких хороших плюшечек. Так что записывайтесь, мы вас ждем у себя. Ну и, естественно, приглашаем на занятия в онлайн-школу Учёба.ру. Что еще могу сказать? А вы тем временем подписывайтесь. Ring that notification bell. I'm waiting for your thumbs up. YouTube algorithms and me personally will be very happy if you do. So yeah, and I will be waiting for you next Sunday. At 5 p.m. Moscow time, we will be talking about some more interesting information connected to our ЕГЭ exam. So we will be covering some other very interesting topics. So thank you so much, guys. You have been amazing today. Thank you. My teacher heart is really happy. And I hope to see all of you next Sunday. Bye. See you. Спасибо. До свидания. See you guys.